Hey fellas, got the TF-102A done and was hoping to include this on the last video, the painting video, but obviously I ran into a little bit of a snag, which if you watched that video you saw. But I got the windscreen corrected and it's finished up, so let's take a look at it. Here she is, all finished. Now, once I realized that the windscreen was crooked, I was pretty sure this thing was a lost cause, but I got it fixed and I'm pretty happy with how it turned out eventually. You know, other than the warp tail fin, which I should have noticed early on and tried to correct. When you get warp parts, you know, they say use hot water and kind of bend them. I've never had much luck with that, but so is what it is, and you know, just gonna have to live with it. But I was able to correct that windscreen, and I think it turned out a lot better than what I thought it would. Now, vacuum form parts, not a big fan of them. If you've watched my other videos, you know that. But you know, I think it turned out pretty good overall, and I think the owner's going to be happy with it. Now, it's only 95% together. I'm not putting in any of the missile-based stuff. It's kind of fragile. And I am shipping this, so I'm going to have to use this area for my bracing system when I package it up. The landing gear was kind of a pain in the butt to get on. As you can see here, I flattened the tires so that it kind of sits a little bit lower. I know they're not bulging out like you'd typically see in like nice resin wheels, but whenever I build these on their wheels, I kind of like to flatten the wheels out a little bit. It just gives it a little bit better stance. The back end here, I've got this little doohickey, and it just fits on here. I'll ship this off the plane because I don't want it to break off, but it just gets on there like that, and it looks pretty cool. Now, when I painted this, the instructions have you put this exhaust nozzle in before you close up the fuselage. I didn't do that. I always like leaving the back end open in case I want to stick a rod in there for like when I let it dry after I paint it. And so I just cut the little nibs off and epoxied it in there when I'm finished. And that's pretty easy to do. I think that's about it. Oh, the little Vortex Generators. If we can get a close-up, I know I've got some pictures I'm going to show you. But I think they turned out pretty good. Now, they're not exactly like what the real things are. They're pretty darn close, though. And I guess the real ones kind of have an angle to them on some of them. There is 16 along the front and 12 along the back, if I'm not mistaken. But according to the instructions that came with the resin upgrade kit, I got them all to fit on there. Now, what I use for those are these I-beams, these styrene I-beams that I got off eBay for like scratch building and stuff. And if we can get the camera to focus on it, but that's kind of what they look like. This is a bigger version of what I used on here. They come in a bunch of different sizes. So basically all I did to create those was just flatten off this one side, sand it, and then I just cut them into little pieces. And that's how I got my Vortex Generators. And that's how I also fixed the ejection rails on the ejection seats the same way. So that's what she looks like. I'm pretty happy with it. I think the owner's going to be happy with it. And I'll flash up some pictures. The next build that I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be building two 32nd scale Trumpeter F-105s, a G model and a D model. And I'm not going to build them at the same time, but I'm gonna get one built, put it aside, build the other one, and I'm going to paint them at the same time. So I'll catch you on the next video. Thanks for watching, guys.